Right, my name's Jan Dyer and I moved up to Greenock from Malvern in Worcestershire on the 3rd of January this year, and didn't know anyone here, have no family here, no friends, and I heard about your voice through talking to a couple of women in the Greg's Cafe over a cup of tea, because I said I was looking for things to do locally, and they said come along and talk to you, and I did immediately that afternoon.
I was at a workshop in the job centre and it was looking at facilities and services in the community, and Julie and Sean had come along to that little talk workshop, and as soon as I saw them and heard them, I knew I was going to follow them right back up to Your Voice on that afternoon, and I was going to make myself known and I was going to be able to present myself and ask for help and guidance.
Retired roughly 45 weeks ago. Come into Your Voice for some information on what I could do with myself, and they put me in touch with the voluntary driving, which was a godsend to me because it gave me something to get out of bed for in the morning, and I felt as if I was putting something back into the community.
Two of the main things, I've joined the Greenock Writers Group, which I was told about because I came. One of the reasons for coming up here was to have more time on my own to write. And there's a local writers group, and there's also one in Glasgow which I found out about. So that's given me motivation to actually sit down and do some serious writing. Mm-hmm. And then the local initiative Compassionate Inverclyde has also put me in touch with the local hospital, and I'm having a meeting with them next week to do 3 hours voluntary work for their elderly patients.
Yeah.
Your Voice has made a big difference in my life over the last year because I was awful depressed in the house, and it got me out, used a computer, learned how to use it more and more, and now I'm a genius.
My name's Angie Way.
Where do you live, Angie?
Barclays I've got.
No problem.
Angie, thanks very much for having us
You're
over.
welcome, Julie.
We're just here to ask you a couple of wee questions about the difference the Community Connector project's made to you.
Yes.
First of all, just want to ask you, how did you hear about the project?
To a staff member.
And did you get a visit from the many Community Connectors?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was, what was discussed? Was it just
Projects were on in the town and that, so it was.
Good.
great?
What if
So,
different things that's going on?
What do you feel you're doing now that you weren't doing
I
before?
go to Shy Tea every Monday now,
Right.
so
Were you
I
getting
do.
out at all before?
No, once a month when my pip came in.
2.5 years ago, I lost very precious granddaughter, and I couldn't leave the house. And if it wasn't for somebody bringing me here to Your Voice, it got me back out in the society, meeting a lot of friends in here, a lot of laughter. There's no tears, but by Lord, I've got the most brilliant friends that anybody could ever ask for, and I hope other people come. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are, but if you're suffering from depression and you're stuck in the house, please, please come and join us here and help us, because it's helped me.
The information given to me by Your Voice has led me on to realise that there are ways that I can start my day. There are ways that I can wake up and choose to be. I can choose to be grateful. I can choose to spot the rainbows and the robins. I can make my mind up as to how I want to be, and it takes a lot of work to be positive. It doesn't take any work at all to be negative, but that is not a way that I choose to be in life. I love my life. I feel happy, and I have stress and I have strains like everybody else does, but it doesn't impact me deeply the way it would have before, because I can pop it in a box, I can pop it in a compartment, and I can deal with it with supportive people that I have been introduced to through Your Voice.
So over the last couple of weeks I've been doing my community volunteer, and it's been great. It's kept me off the streets.
Oh, it's been an amazing help for me to settle in here. I found everyone very friendly and helpful anyway in Greenock town itself. It's a very friendly community, but the connectors sort of pulled me in the door and said, sit down, have a cup of tea, and went through the long list of things which they knew would interest me when I told them what I was interested in. And through talking to them, I've found a whole range of different things to do each week, which has made me fit in even more into the local community and feel part of Greenock. So just within 2 months, I feel very much at home here already, and that's purely due to the welcome from the Your Voice connectors.
I've been coming to Your Voice for the past year. I think for me, the fact that it's accessible both physically, emotionally, you feel as though you can go in and not feel alone. And I think the best thing for me is that they've now taken over Shop Mobility, and I can just see that Shop Mobility is just going to get stronger and better and expand and be what it should be, a good thing for the community and owned by the community, as I feel Your Voice is owned by the community. It's run by the workers are there to assist, but it's our group, and I think that feeling is what you feel as soon as you come in. Very, very welcoming.
I was also informed about the Activate course, which is the Community Learning and Development Link course, which I'm in week 5 of just now. That has been fabulous. I've met wonderful people.
Well, it's been a great thing for me, the company, and I look forward to every week. And everybody's great. I do a lot with the iPad and learn bits and pieces. I'm getting there slow.
Hi there, I'd just like to say hello. I'm here back on holiday from Texas. But I'd just like to say that Your Voice has been absolutely fantastic, and I was able to have an input in everybody's lives here as Your Voice did for me.
Being 340 miles away from my nearest group of friends and family, getting to know people and what's happening locally is obviously very important, and if you feel part of the local community and you're actively involved in it and are bringing something to the community, I have always been a very community-minded person, then obviously your personal health and well-being benefit from that feeling as well. So yes, and Your Voice has certainly contributed to my personal health and well-being.
I don't know where I would be right now if I hadn't come into contact with Julie specifically. I came into the office, I was made very welcome. Conversations just about life in general. Realising that what you're feeling is normal, that stress is a big part of life and that there's support available. Julie was able to put me in contact with help for my son and his Asperger's or ASD diagnosis. Julie met me here one morning and actually drove me up to Reach for Autism. She stayed there in the unit for, I think it was an hour and a half. I sat in conversation with one of the leads up at Reach, just getting emotional and practical support for myself and my son. And then Julie brought me back to my car and just let me know that there was always support available for me, that you guys were here, and that took a huge weight off my mind.
Oh, Your Voice has made such a difference to my life. The company is great, and I just love it every Wednesday.
I feel a lot better now.
Good, you're looking great, you really are. We keep saying that to you every week we see you.
You feel $1 million.
Looking
$1 million. I
I don't know what I'm on, I feel
Did they help you fill in the forums and stuff like that? And you got your application through?
Yes.